Distinguishing between good and evil, right and wrong, has never been an easy task in our lives. As time passes and we accumulate life experiences, navigating the complexities of human behavior becomes more refined. However, we must be aware that malevolent individuals will also disguise their actions and intentions discreetly and cunningly. Nevertheless, with a discerning eye, we can still identify key signs of deception through outward appearances, actions, words, and subtle gestures. Therefore, in today's video, let's explore the signs to recognize a fake person. If you find this topic intriguing, don't hesitate to sit down and listen to our video. Number 1. 5 Basic Standards. The Buddha once taught, laugh when it's time to laugh, rejoice when it's time to rejoice, be compassionate when it's time to be compassionate, feel shame when it's time to feel shame, and heed wholesome words. These are the elements the Buddha considered attributes of righteous individuals. By holding onto these principles, we can self-examine, adjust, and improve ourselves before claiming to be advocates of righteousness and ambassadors of goodness to understand those leaning towards malevolence. In addition to the self-assessment elements mentioned earlier, the Buddha provided clear instructions on 5 important criteria for distinguishing between righteousness and malevolence. Not laughing when it's time to laugh, not rejoicing when it's time to rejoice, not feeling compassion when it's time to be compassionate, not feeling shame when it's time to feel shame, and not heeding wholesome words. Know that such a person belongs to the malevolent group. According to the Buddha, distinguishing between good and evil, though initially based on outward appearances, ultimately requires looking into the inner self of individuals. The ancients often shared the saying, drawing a tiger but missing its bones, looking at a person but not seeing their heart. This implies that understanding the true nature, thoughts, or character of others is exceedingly difficult. In today's world, many people rely solely on facial appearances to judge others without realizing that inwardly they may be hollow, akin to a dried corpse. Therefore, we need to abandon hastily assessing people based on their outward demeanor, as the world is never devoid of individuals who, despite their seemingly gentle exterior, may harbor malicious intent, or conversely, those who may appear harsh but possess a genuinely kind nature. The criteria set by the Buddha for disciples to discern people also serve as a means for self-reflection. No one is entirely good or entirely bad. Observing oneself is a timely way to recognize unfavorable or unethical aspects within, allowing for adjustments and corrections. In life, the line between righteousness and malevolence is often delicate, and the human mind is ever-changing. Sometimes, we may unintentionally cross that boundary without realizing it. Some individuals may have strayed far from the path of righteousness, but remain oblivious, proudly thinking they are virtuous while unknowingly venturing further into malevolence. Therefore, looking at oneself in the mirror provided by the Buddha is a commendable way to rectify malevolence. Abandon evil for good, and discard negativity for positivity. Following the teachings of the Buddha, a fake person can be characterized by a very clear set of standards, combined with other signs from the perspective of an ancient Greek philosophical school called Stoicism. I'm confident that you will discover the concealed masks that fake individuals always wear. Number 2. Flattery. It's not by chance that there's a saying, the fake use their mouths, the sincere use their hearts. A compliment only holds value when it comes from a sincere heart and genuine enthusiasm. For the insincere, their words of praise are often generic and lack a specific foundation. In reality, they pay little attention to your concerns. Their compliments are merely a tool to attract attention and gain respect from you. The flattering words of fake individuals are mere lip service, used to win favor and ingratiate themselves with others. They play on the emotions of the listener, employing deception to satisfy the desires of those hungry for recognition. As a result, receiving encouragement and praise from them is unlikely to make anyone uncomfortable. Consequently, they easily infiltrate your social circle and manipulate it according to their desires. The more deceptive their nature, the more these individuals strive to create a world full of close friends, never expressing dislike for anyone. This is the most distinguishing factor because ordinary people typically have clear emotions, likes, dislikes, hobbies, and aversions. Ordinary individuals, if they like someone, may also have someone they dislike. Based on the characteristics we've outlined, take a moment to reassess the relationships around you. However, I must caution you that being prone to flattery doesn't necessarily make a person bad unless it stems from insincerity. Some individuals may have developed it as a habit, others may be obedient to authority, or they might fall into the category of smart. Regarding the first type, those who care about others' opinions often fear conflicts and therefore tend to make themselves feel ashamed to please everyone around them, including friends, loved ones, and colleagues. The second type, those who flatter due to submission to authority, seems self-explanatory, and everyone can likely understand it without much explanation. Flattering or saying yes to superiors is often a defense mechanism to protect one's job. As for the third type, those who flatter but are not fake can be classified as smart or, more accurately, cunning. While their intentions may not be inherently bad, they seek advancement through flattery and praise, desiring a shortcut. However, we must be aware that even a small deviation from the truth can lead us down a path to failure. Number 3. Ambiguous attitude, going with the wind. As we know, a straightforward person typically expresses clear and direct attitudes. They never hesitate to share their sincere opinions or thoughts. When asked a question or engaged in a conversation, they enthusiastically reveal their views without reservation. On the contrary, fake individuals often keep their opinions to themselves and avoid sharing them with others. In communication, they tend to hide their true thoughts, using evasive tactics and providing vague answers to divert attention. Instead of expressing themselves directly, they may ask questions like, "What do you think?" deflecting the spotlight to the other party. They rarely initiate expressing their personal opinions, but, rather cunningly, seek to gather others' opinions to establish a foundation for their own. Another aspect is going with the wind. In a basic three-person conversation, when two people are arguing, a fake person, despite understanding the issue and knowing who is right or wrong, chooses to stand aside. Instead of expressing a clear opinion, they exacerbate the discord by asking vague questions. Only when a fourth party appears will the fake person pay attention to see whom that person supports. At this point, they will immediately lean towards that side to gain support. This is a truly undesirable trait that needs condemnation. Be vigilant in all your relationships, because not everyone has the confidence to assert that their observational skills are keen enough to recognize the subtle schemes of fake individuals. Number 4. Phrase, "I knew it." I don't know if you've noticed, but I have identified a distinctive sign of fake people. They often use phrases like, "I knew it," or
"See? I told you there's a bird,"
when everything is already settled, even though they had no prior contribution to the matter. Instead of proactively contributing opinions and expressing their views at crucial moments, these individuals choose to wait until the situation has a resolution. If, in the past, you were struggling to solve a problem and the fake person was merely hovering around without contributing, I can affirm that once everything is settled, they will emerge as if they had foreseen the outcome. However, just like flattery, not everyone using this phrase is necessarily fake. We need to carefully combine it with all the aforementioned signs to make the most accurate assessments of the people we encounter. Number 5. Inconsistent speech and thoughts. There's a truth that goes like this: the more someone fears something, the more they want to showcase it. This is a classic technique that fake individuals use to communicate with those around them. They employ vague language to conceal their true intentions, portraying disinterest to the other party. Gradually, using a specific method, they shift the focus of the conversation to their actual purpose under the unsuspecting guard of the other person. Eventually, they achieve the desired results. The essence of communication with a fake person is truly tangled and challenging to discern. Therefore, if you recognize someone exhibiting all the aforementioned signs, consider removing them from your circle of connections. Life is filled with countless types of people, various faces, and each person equips themselves with numerous masks. Clearly, seeing through one's true intentions becomes an immensely difficult challenge for all of us. Stoic philosophy reminds scholars that only the genuine can earn the most sincere trust and trustworthiness from others. Deception begets deception, and those who are fake will only attract shallow social relationships devoid of any real value or meaning. Through today's lesson, we have explored the signs to identify a fake person from the perspectives of Buddhism and Stoic philosophy. By now, you should have the criteria to determine whether someone is fake or not, right? If you find the information we shared helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to continue accompanying us on future journeys. Thank you for watching our video, and we look forward to seeing you in the next time.